Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Peekaboo! I'm YouTube shimmy shimmy famous now. Available in 2023, the album Dad AF. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about push it. Push it real good. Dun, 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 dun. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Today, we're going to talk. We are not going to make Jeffree Star the drama of 2020. Today, we're going to talk about the launch of Jeffree Star's new palette called Orgy. But before we do, I want to tell you that I'm very, very excited that this video, yes, this video is sponsored by AdamandEve.com. Thank you, AdamandEve.com, for sponsoring this video, which I think is very apropos. If you are looking for any kind of entertainment for your coupleship, or you're trying to, I don't know, light the fire of the passion at home with yourself, or with your partner, or with 5 or 6 or 9, like the name of this palette, or 25 if you want. They have all kinds of things over there that you might want to get. They have lubricants for your, not your car, but they have oils and lubricants, and they have the movies, all kinds of movies over there. The Blockbuster, it's closed down. The red box is boring, but they have some movies over there, okay? They got dolls you can blow up. They got all kinds of things to play with over there. So go to AdamandEve.com. No, true story. I talk on my vlog and on my Peterisms channel a lot about the 12 points of intimacy, right? But I think it's important to always talk about the fact that physical intimacy is a really important part of any relationship. So if you guys want to spice something up, just listen, it comes completely. One of my good Judies actually just recently bought something from there and told me, with using my code, thank you very much, and they were like, it came in the mail and it was totally, you could not tell that it was from AdamandEve.com. So if you're worried about that, your neighbors aren't going to know, nobody's going to know what you ordered, I'm not going to know what you ordered, none of that kind of stuff, okay? So you use my code Peter, and you get 50% off your first item, plus free shipping and handling, And thank God that my name's not Richard, because my code would be Dick. Anyway, free. The other day in my rant video, I called them Richard Picks because, you know, because it's family friendly over here. So how we're going to get through this video being family friendly is beyond me, okay? But anyway, 50% off your first item with free shipping and handling in the USA and Canada. They have 24-hour customer service. If you don't like it, you can send it back, 90-day, hassle-free. Listen, if there's a hole in your dolly and it's not where it's supposed to be, then you can just send it back, okay? And you can say, listen, it's sprouting air, okay? It's not. I could just go on and on and on. Anyway, okay? And 20% of all their proceeds goes to the prevention of HIV and AIDS around the world, which I love. So please go check out AdamandEve.com. Thank you so much, AdamandEve.com, for sponsoring this video. Okay, now let's get into this video. Today, boost! We're going to talk about the launch of Jeffree Star's new collection, his Orgy palette, and everything that came with it. But what we're really going to talk about, because I just watched the video, which it was okay. Now, going into 2020, I told you guys, like, I was going to be completely objective, okay? So I will tell you what I like, I will tell you what I don't like, I'll tell you what I really think about all this kind of stuff. Some of you might be surprised by my thoughts about this. But I'm also going to read a lot of what you guys had to say, because that was very, very interesting to me. Oh, and a Jeffree Star stan or two snuck into my Twitter last night, so we're going to talk about what they had to say too, because I think people don't really believe what Jeffree Star stans are really like. So we're going to talk about that in this video today too, because I think that that's important. And I think it's, you know, it's the only other person that I have seen experience that with is like stans of James Charles, which are very, very young. So I don't know if Jeffree Star and James Charles share this very young fan base. If that is the case, and Jeffree Star, the majority of his fan base is very, very young, which is why they're cutthroat in their comments to other people, like their stanship, then that would make sense, okay? But then again, I wouldn't understand why you would name a palette that if your audience was really, really young. And a lot of people have said that Jeffree Star doesn't pander to a younger audience. So the only two people that I ever see like really cruel stanship comments from is James Charles and Jeffree Star. Like Manny MUA, like if you said something about, like his stands don't come for you. Laura Lee, Nikita Dragon, I mean, they just really don't, you know? It really is just Jeffree Star and James Charles, and it's really even mostly Jeffree Star. So we're gonna get into this today. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, shamalang ding, ding dong. Where'd that come from? Ding! How's the drama phone? This is Peter speaking. Oh, hi, Jane. How are you? Well, I'm just sitting around here on this beautiful Friday evening, and I'm having a gin gimlet, Jane. Hold on a second, I need to flip my hair. Gin gimlet. Gimlets. Jane gimlets. Getting ready to do a little roller skating, Jane. Well, for the Women's League this week, I thought we could do something different. Huh? Different, Jane. I know, we always just get together and we have tuna casserole and we talk about our favorite beauty gurus and all that kind of stuff, but I thought we could do something different this week. I thought you and the gals and I could have an orgy, Jane. An orgy, Jane. I think that's when you get together and you just put on a bunch of boring matte makeup. No, I don't think that's what it is, Jane, but if it is, use Peter Monn's code Peter at adamandeve.com. No, Jane, I don't think that's what an orgy is. No, I don't. I think it's when you get together and you just put on makeup. Apparently, that's what a lot of parents are going to be telling the kids come Christmas when they want this palette. No, Jane, I don't think it is. Don't talk to me about such things like that. Jane, Don goes to his lady friend to talk about those kinds of things. We just sit at home and have gimlets and watch boring movies like Fences. Well, all right, Jane, you think about it. Well, I'll be bringing my favorite palette. Nudie patootie. Okay, bye, Jane. So anyway, let's get into this video. So Jeffree Star has been feeding out that he's coming out with this new palette, blah, 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 all this kind of stuff, right? Okay, so I wanted to kind of see what people had to say about this. So I put something up on Twitter, and then I also noticed that Trend Mood had put up the thing on Twitter as well, or on Instagram as well, and she was getting very, very interesting comments over there. So I was going to read some of those comments, and then I was going to read the comments underneath my Twitter as well. But I wanted to kind of talk about what I thought about all of this. First of all, I do have some notes. I know that's so hard to believe, isn't it? So my video is going to be called Jeffree Star Gets Backlash Over Launch. And actually, before I really thought about it, my song today, see, I even wrote it down right here, was Cruel Summer. But that will be coming up sooner than later. Okay. This is the first thing I wanted to say. You know, like, when I just saw the packaging before I had seen the inside of the palette, right? This is just, I'm being completely objective. Come for me all you want. Say you don't know about makeup, you don't know about this. Listen, I might not know a whole lot about makeup, which I do by now because I have watched these videos for 4 years, okay? You don't have to do makeup. You don't have to be a cook to watch cooking videos to know something about cooking, okay? I'm just saying. But I've watched these videos from all these people for 4 years. They bore my ass off. So anyway, I was looking at the packaging and I was thinking to myself, you know, it's very interesting to me because just yesterday, Jeffree Star had put this thing up on his Instagram and it was like the Louis Vuitton bench and this new Louis Vuitton like a square bag that he has and that all this, like this lantern that he's going to put in his cabin in Montana or something like that, right? You know, and Jeffree Star is very, very interested in brands like Louis Vuitton. He loves Louis Vuitton, okay? He loves Gucci. He loves Balmain, okay? These are brands that are like, you know, they're like high-end luxury brands, right? When you see their makeup, like Louis Vuitton, for example, when you see their colognes and their perfumes, they're very like subdued, okay? They're not like, they just don't look like Claire's Boutique. I think, personally, in my opinion, come for me if you want, that Jeffree Star's releases look like Claire's Boutique, okay? They look like something that you could get at Forever 20, or not Forever 21, or that place in the mall, you know, whatever, that you get all the t-shirts for the Halloween stores. I love that stuff. I think it's cute, okay? Yes, it looks like collector stuff, but it, to me, looks like limited edition Barbie collection kind of stuff. It doesn't, to me, look like high-end. And it's interesting to me that Jeffree Star, and his makeup is expensive, let's be for real, okay? Yes, you get a lot for, and you get, people say it's high-quality makeup, okay, whatever. I've heard a lot of people say that, so go on that. But you get, the, you know, you get a lot of product for what you pay, but they're expensive, okay? His palettes are not cheap. So he is like getting, you know, Balmain and Louis Vuitton and, you know, like Gucci and all this kind of stuff, but he gives his fans like Claire's Boutique when it comes to packaging. And he always acts like he's so excited about the packaging and stuff like that. I was not that excited about the packaging, okay? The first immediate thing that I thought of, first of all, was the RuPaul Mac Glam thing that they did, I don't know, 10 years ago at this point now. I mean, it looked exactly like that to me, okay? The next thing that it reminded me actually of, I was looking at the lettering and I was like, this lettering reminds me of something that, yes, has kind of like a sexualized meaning to it, but I couldn't figure out what it was, and I was like, it's Porky's the movie. It's the poster from Porky's the movie. I was like, that is what the lettering reminds me of. And I was like, did he almost kind of want it to be like reminiscent of that for people like that are, I mean, because I do think that Jeffree Star thinks like that. I do think that he's, you know, not, I wouldn't say that that's calculated, but I'm like, because that's a very sexualized movie, if you know what I'm talking about. And I was like, that's really interesting to me because the lettering is very, very similar. So anyway, I went in and I was looking at that and I was just like, it's just interesting to me that, you know, I think at this point, Jeffree Star, like, I'm kind of like, for me to get interested in it, you know, like, I mean, we're not, we're on year 6, okay? We're not on year 2. It's like, I think at this point, it's kind of like, let's up it, you know? Like, for me, for the palette to have been kind of like a very clear trunk, because he's talking about like nudes and, you know, matte like colors and things like that, to have had like a clear trunk that was like high level, you know, with kind of like a lock and key to it, which could have like had its own kind of sexualized meaning to it as well, that was like clear or iridescent that you could kind of see through, that would be something completely different. But this is just like that cheap cardboard kind of stuff again. I'm just not impressed with it. I'm just not. You know, it's like when I go to like Saks Fifth Avenue, right, and I look through their makeup department, I look through at La Mer and things like that, like you don't see this kind of like cutesy kind of stuff, right? And I know that it appeals to his audience and it's what he does, but I think at some point if he really wants to be taken serious, not just sell out to the masses that watch his videos, but he wants to be taken seriously in the makeup world, I think he's gonna have to up it a little bit when it comes to the packaging of his makeup. Now, I've heard people love his makeup. They say it's phenomenal. So if that's the case, then it can hold its own in the makeup world, I guess, right? But the packaging does not. Like, this is not packaging that you would see sitting up in Saks Fifth Avenue. It just isn't. So that's the first thing I wanted to say. And then, yeah. And okay, so I got to everything that I wanted to say. I watched the reveal of the video today. It was like 31 minutes long or something like that. It was fine. He seemed very nervous to me at the end of it. If you watch the last like 2 minutes of it, it's like he's very awkward and nervous. And this is his second video that he seems very uncomfortable filming in. Now, I will tell you this, okay? And I know I'm probably going to get eaten alive about this, but I told you I was going to give you my 100% honest opinion, okay? This is where I have come out in literally 30 videos and been like, Jeffree needs to do this, Jeffree needs to do that, Jeffree needs to do this, right? And and then this one, people will be like, oh, you're kissing his ass. I was not surprised by the name of this palette, okay? I don't know why anybody is really surprised by the name of this palette. Do I think it's tacky to call a palette orgy? Sure. Do I think it's edgy? Yeah. And in all honesty, if it came from somebody that I really, really liked, I would think, oh, that's kind of edgy, right? But does it surprise me that Jeffree Star's putting out a palette named edgy or named orgy? Absolutely not. It doesn't surprise me one bit, okay? In fact, I've been more offended by other, he's had like, other shade names and things like that that have been, I thought, very offensive. There weren't really a whole lot of shade names in this palette that were offensive to me. And in fact, I have to tell you, I was rather surprised that they were they were boring shade names, honestly. I mean, you have a palette called Orgy, and like, as bad as it gets as Glory Hole, I mean, like, I was like, this is kind of boring, honestly. I thought he would literally go in on these shade names, you know? It's like, he got to the one where he was like, Cunnilingus, if you don't know what that is, Google it. I'm like, what are we, in 3rd grade? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just was like, it was silly. It just was boring and silly to me. And I didn't think the names were that interested. I don't know who needs 30 shades of matte or how many shades are in there or whatever, but I saw a lot of people in my thread saying, who wants an all matte palette? So, you know, like, it's cool. The thing is that there's a lot of components that you have to buy together that are very expensive. When it came to the liquid lipstick vault, which I thought was very interesting that he called it a vault, even though he referenced his closet, the vault, Jaclyn Hill also had the vault, right? So that was interesting to me that he called it that. I don't know, when somebody else had a makeup thing called the vault, you think you would steer away from that a little bit, so that was kind of surprising to me. But like, the shade names were boring to me. They really weren't. They really were like, I mean, I kind of like, the ones that kind of like were like, oh, okay, like that one, were like, I don't know, like, they were more, like, pornographic to me than they were, like, orgy. I didn't, you know, like, fluffer, I mean, that's a porn thing, you know? And then at the end when it was like, I'm close, okay. I mean, like, it just, they were boring. They really were. I mean, Jeffree Star is somebody that kind of like, I mean, you know, he has kind of made vulgar luxury, if that makes sense. And so it's like, you didn't even go in. And then when he got to the namings of the other things, like when he was talking about, you know, like the different products in there, and the names didn't, some of them, like the powder was called Rose, and I was like, what does that have anything to do with the consistency of this palette? It didn't seem cohesive to me. The names did not seem cohesive to me. They seemed like very thought out, very quick, unless he like pulled names and changed them because he was like, okay, this is too much and people are going to come for me. I don't know. You know, I saw a lot of people say that like they have kids or they wouldn't want this palette laid around because they wouldn't have to explain it to somebody. I totally understand that. Like if I had a kid and I was using this palette, like I wouldn't want it laying around either because I wouldn't want to have to explain that to it. You know what I mean? So I understand that. I don't know. So that was what I thought about it. I will tell you, like, nothing in the collection was anything that I was like, oh, I have to have. The only thing that I actually thought was really, really cute, I mean, the mirrors at this point, it's like, how many mirrors can you have of different colors? I mean, he pulled up the black one. He's like, oh my God, this one's my favorite. I'm like, it's literally a black star mirror, Jeffree, okay? Like, I'm so tired of these, like, influencers, like he and James, being like, oh my God, this is a tie-dye sweatshirt. You have to have it. It's something you can get off Amazon, and it says sisters on it, okay? Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's not act like it's the end of the world. It's a black star mirror. It's not that big of a deal, okay? I have one of his pink mirrors that somebody sent me. It's just not high quality, okay? Let's just be for real what it is. The outside of it is plastic like a Barbie truck, okay? That's what it is. It's not high quality, and you know what? Like it's not expensive, but like I'm so tired of people acting like it's so high. No, it's not. Now I appreciate the fact that he said like this. I thought the liquid lipstick vault for $160, right? That's fair pricing, but he said it was limited edition, which means people that are collectors of Jeffree Star's products, which there's many of them out there, are going to rush to get that one thing. $160 is a lot of money. I mean, do you really need all those lipsticks? I don't know. You know, I did think that the swimsuits were really cute and the lounging shorts. I thought those were really cute. I thought that was a great idea, especially since he's posted so many pictures of him being in a swimsuit and things like that. I thought that was a really great idea, and I thought that was good. That was cute merch, you know, so I was impressed by that. Okay, let's go in here and let's talk about what some of you guys had to say. Where are my reading glasses? Let's read the room, which is what everybody says. I want to go to Trend Mood's page really quick. Hold on a second. Let me pull it up. Trend Mood, here she is. Somebody actually, a couple people in here were like, when are you going to stop posting Jeffree Star stuff? That was interesting to me. I actually screenshot a bunch of stuff, so we'll go in here and see. Someone said this is tacky. Child, anyways, y'all need anything from the store. Nobody cares about Jafar Starfish. Ain't nobody gonna buy it. I'm just reading them straight down, you guys, from the top. Girl, please stop posting his brand. There was 18 responses. Let's see what they were. One people said, she'll never stop. This girl's all about them dollar bills, not about standing for what's right. She doesn't get paid to post these, but she is on his PR list. So, and she also went to his party. Sad. Yikes. Imagine thinking a Jafar PR box is worth it. How do you know? Someone said she's posted PR packages from them. Okay, but how do you know she's not paid? If I were with her as big of a brand of his platform. Okay, well, it goes on and on and on. So anyway, then someone said, that's all, that's it. No. Someone said it's the racism for me. Someone said he can keep his palette. Someone said this ain't it. Someone said thanks, I hate it. I mean, this is literally straight down off of Trend Mood's thing, you guys, from the very top. You can go in here and check it out. Someone said, don't come for me, Instagram, but this just isn't for me, pass. Can we worry about one pandemic at a time, please? Someone said, let's see if people keep the same energy with the naming of this collection as they did with other collections from other brands. Okay, so there's other brands that have done this. I think NARS was one of them that came out with a brand that was called like Nude or something like that, or I don't know. But a couple other people like mentioned that as well. And what they said was, yes, but there wasn't naked pictures of Jeffree Star or the naked pictures of the CEO on there and things like that. And some other people mentioned like Huda in here and said that like, you know, when she was on her thing, it was like a big deal. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. Someone said, child anyway. So someone said no with a heart. Oh, here it is. When Huda is on her packaging, it's tacky, but for Jeffree, it's allowed. Someone said, I can't wait. Oh my God, perfection. I don't care about his past or what he's done. Just what I want the makeup. There's 140 replies to that, you guys. I can't even go in here and see what it is because there's so many. I just can't even get into it. Why is it so easy for you to forgive racism for makeup? Literally, no one was talking to you. Okay, so someone said it's going to sell out so fast, like his cremated palette. No, nope. Looks like RuPaul's Mac Viva Glam campaign. That man loves stealing from black people. Okay? No. Anyways, y'all hear something? No. He can keep it. No. We don't want it. Bye. LMFAO. He can stop now. It's the racism for me. No. Nope. Bye. I don't think so. WTF. No thank you. Who's buying that? Child. I'm gonna be honest. We don't care. Really? Say what you want to say about Jeffree as a person, but separate him from his brand. He makes amazing products. Sorry, you can't separate him from his brand. You can't. You know, we live in a world anymore where you can't separate the artist from the artistry. You just can't. You know, people want to keep on saying that, but like, to anybody else in the world, you would not separate the artist from the artistry. You just wouldn't, okay? But Jeffree Star stans will make excuses for him and say, you got to separate the art from the artistry, okay? So what about his past? So what that he called all these people horrible names? So what that he won't take any accountability for it? So what that he continues to lie? So what that he continues to do these things and deflect and whatever? It doesn't really matter, but his products are fantastic, you know? It was interesting because on Hey Queen with Johnny McGovern, and I didn't say this, I think I mentioned it on one video at the time, but I'm a huge fan of Hey Queen. I love that show so much. I've watched it for years. Johnny McGovern does not get as much credit as he should for interviewing every single queen that's been on RuPaul's Drag Race and more. And he is the reason why I found the Boulet brothers, and I love their show Dragula. I was devastated to find out about the passing of Lady Red Couture. So I just wanted to send some love out to Johnny and their friends and family, because that made me so sad when I saw that. But what was I going to say? So they had the Vixen on there that had been on RuPaul's Drag Race, and apparently the Vixen had gotten into it with Jeffree Star, like on the internet, or made some comments about Jeffree Star, and Johnny McGovern he's the host, asked the Vixen what the issue was with Jeffree Star, and she didn't really say anything about the racism, although that's what she was implying, but she said, you know, I made it through an entire season of RuPaul's Drag Race without using any Jeffree Star makeup, so I don't know what the issue is. And I think that's the thing, is like, people are like, oh no, but I have to. No, this is what it is, okay? It's not that you have to have it because it's so good. It's that you're excusing that behavior away so you can have what you want, right? It's like, if it happens to somebody that I don't know, then I'm okay with that. But if it happened to my own family or my friends, then it would be a different story and I would take a stand. But if it's somebody else and it doesn't affect me, well, then I can kind of excuse it away. And that is what is happening to people with Jeffree Star, because it's not affecting them, it's not affecting their family, it's not affecting who they are. So it doesn't affect you, you can turn a blind eye and look away, right? And that is a problem. So anyway, it goes on and on and on. Oh, Lord, we done kicked the ring line. It's a new day up in here. Okay. So anyway, let's go in now and let's, look at my screenshots, Jeffree Star for my thumbnail. I have no idea what I'll do with my thumbnail yet, but I wanted to read some comments that I had received. Okay, from, let's see, on my, where is it at? Someone said, as a mom with 2 young kids in the house, it's not something I want to have to explain to them. Because this is when I asked on Twitter, like, what do people think? I shouldn't have to hide makeup. Saying NARS and Too Faced got away with it isn't justified because it wasn't in bold letters with naked people on it. Sorry, but Jeffree took it too far. Someone said he said in his Insta story he wanted to bring excitement back to the beauty community and then released a 30-pan all matte nude palette. And he did say that in the video as well. No, never, not effing ever. And the cheap looking packaging, I would be so embarrassed to have this on my vanity. Absolute trash. Yawn. Milo said, yawn. Tacky and boring. Somebody else said. Okay, but I wanted to read a couple of these comments because I thought this was interesting. So somebody said, the Y makes me uncomfortable and it looks like Claire's packaging, like bubble letters almost. Okay, which it does, let's just be for real. And then this Roy person responds and says, you make me uncomfortable. And then one of my subscribers says, hey, let's all be nice, right? And then this other person says, I think he's trying too hard for attention, gross. And this Roy person, again, this is a stan, a Jeffree Star stan, responds and says, learn how to apply eyeliner before you call anything gross. And then somebody responds to him and says, learn how to make good criticism before you start targeting people who don't like the same brands as you. I was actually asked by several members of mine, or several followers of mine. They sent me direct messages and they said, could you please block some of these people because they're really being harsh towards people that are just making comments on your tweet. It was ruthless, you guys, some of the comments that were underneath my tweet last night from Jeffree Star stans that like literally were attacking people. They were saying stuff about people's moms. They were saying things about people's physical appearances. It was really, really harsh in defense of Jeffree Star that I was asked at that point to block some of those people, which I did, okay? You know, one of the things that I feel very blessed about is that on this channel, on my vlog channel, on all my channels, right? That even if we don't agree with each other, like, you know, I just got like, I got one of the nicest messages the other day, and this person was like, I've watched you for 3 years, you know, you just cheer me up, you light up my life, you light up my life. I love that song back in the day. But they were like, I don't always agree with you, and in fact, part of the time I disagree with you, and I love Jeffree Star, and blah, 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 whatever, but like, I love watching your videos because I feel comfortable to leave a comment in your comment section and know that it's gonna be respected. And here's the thing, right? Like, we can have different opinions. You guys can love Jeffree Star if you want. You can even put that in the comment section, okay? I don't care. But when you start attacking one another, it takes away the validity of your opinion, is what it does, right? People will stop listening to what you have, what you're saying, and they will only listen to how you're saying it. So to you Jeffree Star fans, when you come and you attack people in my comment section, it just says more about you and Jeffree Star than it does about us. It really doesn't say anything about us whatsoever. So I want to go in here and I wanted to, okay, first of all, James Charles posted these shoes last night, these light blue shoes, Nikes, that I want so bad and I looked for last night on Instagram. I was looking everywhere for them. Okay, so then this person continues to go in here and they continue to come. Like this person said the packaging is so boring, and someone said your mom is boring as well. And I mean, it just goes on and on and on. So, okay, I wanted to go in here and read some of the comments that I got underneath this thread so I can just give you guys an idea of what you thought about all this. Are you so excited? Okay. Oh, by the way, I am watching Legendary on HBO Max, which is, I just finished The Alienist. You know I'm watching Big Brother, but I just started watching Legendary. I'm on episode 4. You guys, it is so good. Okay, it is a reality show about the ball scene in New York City, and it is so fantastic, and I'm loving it. Okay. It's like a reality show competition. So let's see where it is. Oh, I just said I just bought a bunch of true crime coffee cups on Etsy, and I don't feel one bit bad about it. Okay, here it is. What do we think of Jeffree Star's new palette? And this got, I wish I got this many responses when I do roller skating things. 527 comments, you guys. I think that's the most active I've ever had on a video of mine. Mel, my book club partner, just put an emoji of vomiting. Okay. And she used to love Jeffree Star, too. Someone said... Okay, wait. Okay, I work 1 hour just to make $15. I think I'll save my coin and spend it on a more responsible brand that isn't run by a messy Nessie. I am looking forward... I don't know what that means. I am looking forward to seeing the shades. Jeffree Star is great at making color story. Okay. Makes no sense to name the color of the story. I will tell you that like 90% of them in here were not positive, but like there were some people in here that really, really liked it. Makes no sense to name the color story, the brand, pretending things haven't changed. Sounds like he was trying to cash grab from people who don't do colorful looks and got canceled just in time for launch. His past palette designs have at least been well thought out, but this is tacky. The artwork reminds me of glorified mud flaps. A lot of people said that. I'm not feeling any product from Jeffree Star will use what I have invested in and will not replace. Someone said, I never understood the concept of a nude palette personally, but to each their own. Not sure on the packaging though. I don't think I'd want to use that and my kids see it. Someone said orgy. Okay, sure. This is from Robbie. But that packaging is family friendly, and they said FUC in it. Okay, why do I feel like this merch looks cheap? Someone said, I am happy to know that I will have extra money to spend elsewhere. No more Jeffree Star cosmetics for me. Feels good to say. Someone said, there's a lot of comments on here, you guys. That are kind of, wow, so tasteless, that's disgusting. Someone said, love it so far, bring on the hate. Didn't get any, actually. Tacky and tasteless, just like its creator. I know at this point it's not exactly the most kid-friendly influencer, but him making a whole makeup collection, like, what if a kid wants the palette, but the packaging is like that? Someone actually talked about, you know, like a 13-year-old influencer on Instagram that gets Jeffree Star's PR and was like, what do you think about that? That was mentioned on here as well. Makes me want to put on a sweater. Very bad taste. The man is getting more disgusting as each day passes. It's very on brand for him. I feel like I've seen perfumes with similar names. Someone said, I am ... unimpressed. I don't know why it reminds me of Morphe. It does remind me of Morphe as well. Remember when Jeffree Star said he would never make a nude palette? This man can't keep his lies straight. Okay. It's going to stop. Hold on a second. Since so many of you were kind enough to comment, I want to at least read some of your comments. Meh, it seems like he is trying too hard. I've never been a fan of his packaging, always too big, bulky, and difficult to store. It's a warm version of the cremated palette. Yawn next. I'm good, thanks. Honestly, I kind of like it. The idea was good because it's a nude palette, but I'm not going to buy it because I don't support him. This says to me, I'm going to go out. I'm going out with a literal bang. I'm trying to skim through these because there's a lot. I think it's funny how he thinks people want to see his ASS and that we're not all laughing at him. I mean, okay, that's confidence, I guess, but I didn't need to see Jeffree Star on the palette. I think it would have actually looked better if it didn't have anybody on the cover and it was just the lettering. I think that it just would have been, like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's just, it loses any kind of classiness. It looks cartoonish to me. Someone said not interested, just done with the whole thing. I think it's an attempt to be controversial and get the attention back. I have no idea. He had a palette until I saw you talking about it. I feel the same way. I feel like it's kind of like we always have to do something that's attention seeking and call it some, big deal name. I mean, he's never done something that's like not, I will say this, that a lot of people that have told me that they love Jeffree Star were like, okay, like I'll say to them like, well, what got you loving his makeup to begin with? And they'll say, Jeffree Star was somebody that was not afraid to use color. Like, I loved using colorful makeup on my face, and he would do these bright colors and all this kind of stuff, and it was so exciting to me because not a lot of makeup people were using colors when he started. And then he puts out this gray-toned palette, cremated, and then he comes out and he does this whole nude palette. Like, it's like, where are the colors in all of this? So that's very interesting to me. Someone said, who? Someone said, ooh. Ooh. So glad I stopped buying and promoting Jeffree Star for many reasons, but damn, I was absolutely not buying a palette with this name. Personally, I don't like it, I don't agree with it, but each their own. Quirky and unoriginal, very Jeffree. Honestly, just looking at the brand, it's getting cringe, it's a bit much tacky. It's curious to see the inside, but I don't support him anymore. Wait, I literally didn't hear about it. I will pass, thanks. Okay, it makes me wonder what kind of stuff it's made of. It's embarrassing and a huge pass for me. I heard it's entirely matte. It's definitely not for me. I saw that Jeffree mentioned on Instagram that it would be great for makeup artists, but the name and packaging are about as unprofessional as you can get. Meh. Someone said, Monica said, she used a Peter Monn quote that always makes me laugh when he says it. Who'd care all day long? My mom always said all day long. I'm bored. Also, I would never support this. Okay, they say some names. The whole thing makes me tired. We don't care. The packaging is underwhelming. Maybe he is trying to save costs. I'm bored. I wish he had more original ideas. This is not a palette you can bring to your grandma's house. Now, where's she at? Come on, Monica. I know she's in here. She's the biggest Jeffree Star supporter in the entire world. Where are you at? I saw your name in here. Come on. As tacky as one would expect, it's on brand. Let me put it on its way. Yeah, really not a fan. I already have the nudie patootie, so I don't need this one. There you go, Laura Lee. Y'all can go buy the nudie patootie if you want it, and then you can, I guess it's on sale. You can save your money. So anyway, let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section below. It's interesting to me, when I looked at Jeffree Star's video, he's getting actually, like, the likes to dislikes are, I mean, he doesn't have tons of dislikes on the video. So hold on a second. He has currently, the video has 451,000 views, and it has 48,000 likes and 3.9 thousand dislikes. So it's not like he's getting tons and tons of dislikes on the video. I don't know, maybe people are accepting his not apology and they're moving on and all this kind of stuff. It is what it is at this point. It's like, I don't know. Somebody asked me in my Q&A that I did the other day that nobody watched, called The Most Unpopular Opinion. It was 30 minutes long. Go watch it, please. Thank you. But somebody asked me in there, do I think that there will be more, like, drama that comes out with Jeffree Star? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely do I think that some more is going to come out. And I think it's going to be something big. And I think somebody is going to have some things to say about Jeffree. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when that comes out. But anyway, good luck on your launch, Jeffree. I hope it's successful. It comes out on August 21st. And let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.